So thanks for being here. I wanted to talk to you, first of all, why you decided now was the time that you wanted to write this book. Why was it the right time?
Well, my daughter, Carrie, was writing a screenplay when she was diagnosed with cancer. She'd been writing for about a year or so. And the story was called Sunrise in Memphis, and it was about a bohemian girl, not unlike my daughter, and who travels to Graceland with a mysterious cowboy. So it's a road trip. And she decided to take the trip herself to soak up the vibes and everything. So on the way, every stop she made, she emailed me stories about people she'd met and adventures she went through, plus she would email me scenes from her story that she was writing. So she never finished it. She had a beginning and an ending and part of the middle. And then when she was ill, she asked me the last time she was in the hospital if I could finish it for her because we wrote a lot together. So what I did do was just write a story, a book about our relationship together, the good times, the bum times when she was an addict when she was a teenager, her recovery, her career, and our working together. And then the last part of the book is her story, the half-finished story of the bohemian girl and the mysterious cowboy. Carrie was kind of a force, and everybody who met her fell in love with her. She was just out there and cheerful and optimistic about life and people, and she never met somebody she didn't like. I mean, she was that way.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring her essence to the page, and I hope I've succeeded.
And you kept the correspondence that you had with her all these years.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Why did you
Well,
want to
her
keep it?
emails were very funny that she would send to me while she was on this road trip, and then I would answer her. And so that was our correspondence as she was going on this trip to gather up information about her story that she was writing.
And as a mother, you can't throw anything away that your daughter does. Isn't that true?
Tell me.
Oh, trust me, I can tell you from all the boxes and stuff that I have, right? There's no way. Did you struggle at all whether you wanted to put it out? I mean, when you're writing about something so precious as your daughter, did you struggle, have a moment of, should I do this, should I not?
No, I always wanted to do something, and it wasn't until I figured out the format, and because it had been niggling at me, as I said, for quite a few years. And then once I sat down and started to actually write it, I felt relief. And I felt a release, and I felt Carrie on my shoulder. Go ahead, Mom, do it.
You know, one of the parts of the book that really struck me, because being a mom, you just worry so much about your children, you know, all the time. That there was many nights where you had sleepless nights that you would go in to check on her. What were those nights like for you?
Well, they were sleepless, and this was when she was on drugs, and I didn't know what to do. And I was frantic. I'd never, had to deal with that or anything. And finally, it occurred to me that you have to really get tough, because a lot of people, when their kids are on drugs, they're afraid of their children. They're afraid of what they're going to say would make it worse, or they're going to run away, or what, And so a lot of times they get away with a lot. And finally we got tough and sent her to rehab, and I made sure that she went to 2 rehabs. The last one, I put her in against her will, and she hated me for it. She was 17, but I knew that was the last time I could do it because she would be turning 18.
Right.
And so we kind of forced her to stay, and I realized then that I had to love her enough to let her hate me. And that, so then, and once she got sober, just before she was 18, we clicked again, and then we became Mom and Carrie, and laughing and scratching and writing together. We wrote a play together that made it to Broadway.
Yeah. Did she say at that point, thank you, Mom, for doing what you did?
Yep.
What did she say to you?
Well, she just hugged me and cried, at family meetings that they have in some of these rehab places, and where you kind of confront each other and everything. And she thanked me, and that was it, yeah.